to talk about wage gap between female and male athletes. Let's see. So we have two big questions: is how big is the wage gap and why is there a wage gap? And we're going to look at basketball, golf, tennis, and soccer. In the interviews, I had 7 total interviews. All of them said they knew about the wage gap. All of them said it was unfair, but none knew how big the wage gap actually was. Most of them said the possible reasons why were about genetics and just the fact that men is more competitive and more fun to watch. So looking at basketball, we have the average salary for men's at $4.5 million, and the average salary for women is only $72,000. And the max for 2013 was $107,000 for women, and you can only get that after 6 years of being in the league. And then looking at golf, we have the average salary for men is $973,000, and for the women is $162,000. And on average, female golfers earn about 16.6% less than males. And a look at that, Rory McIlroy was the top earner for 2014 at $7 million, and Stacey Lewis at only $2 million as a top earner. And for tennis, for men's, we have the average salary at $260,000 and $345,000 for the women. And the top earner for women's in 2014 was Maria Sharapova at $3.9 million, and a top earner for men's was Novak Djokovic at $7.2 million. And tennis is the only one where women earn more on average, but still earn less in a salary due to prize money. So Serena Williams went pro in 1995 and won a total of 23 Grand Slam titles up until 2017. And through that, she earned, from June 2016 to June 2017, she earned a total of $27 million for prize money. And so the reason for that is in 2007, they decided to provide both male and female tennis players with equal prize money for the Wimbledon Championship. And in the Wimbledon, there's only 4 Grand Slam events in a season, and that takes up only 8 of the 40 weeks that they are in season. So for most other tournaments, women are still making less than men. And for soccer, we have the average salary for men at $207,000. For women, the average salary is $30,000, and that was the max for the 2014 season. The top earner for the men's was Michael Bradley at $6 million, and women make as little as $6,000 a season. This is all despite their record for both the U.S. men's and women's team. Women's being the most successful team in the world, making the top 3 since 1991. And so that leaves us with why, which is mostly media coverage and small advances for women in sports. So looking at news coverage, the study found that only a total of 96% of sports news was focused on men, and that is of 2009. And 96.4% of the news on the bottom of the screen is also dedicated to men's. And commercials will often use male sports or male athletes to advertise. Also news coverage, in 2004, women's coverage was at 6.3%, and in 2009, that percentage dropped down to 1.6% for women's media coverage. And that is despite the percentage of women participating in all levels of sport increasing. So another reason for why is audience and ticket sales. In 2015, the NBA Finals had an average of 13.9 million viewers, while the women's 2014 final had about 828,000 on average. In 2015, however, the women's soccer had 25.4 million viewers, which made it the most watched event in U.S. history. There's also old stereotypes, which we have a quote here. Society viewed sports as an inseparable from the philosophy of muscular Christianity, which denied itself against femininity and softness, which is from Tony Collins. And women's treatment in sport has always been a manifestation of wider gender inequality, and that's Tim Wigmore. So I shared with you all the statistics and reasons for why there is a wage gap and how big the wage gap is.